On the table today at Squirrel Stampede, we're checking out an all-new Optimus Prime from the new game, Transformers Reactivate.
Alright, Squirrel Stampede rolling out with more Prime reviews.
Yes, Optimus Prime on the table, one of my favorites, always helping out.
I have no idea what you just said.
These Reactivate packs, though, are pretty interesting as they are double-packed. Optimus Prime and now Soundwave can join in on the table.
New Soundwave design transformer, Laserbeak investigate. What is that?
Thanks for the ride, Soundwave sucker!
Laserbeak, where are you? I don't know what's inside me anymore.
We don't get to Soundwave very much, so that duo pack really grabbed me right away, as also Starscream and Bumblebee are here.
Starscream is included this time. The true leader of the Decepticons.
Yeah, Megatron asked me to do that just in case you did that.
Starscream and Bumblebee packed together. Not too often we see Starscream, but Bumblebee we've gone through a few times before.
Hey Prime, I'm in a video with you. Do you think he'll talk about me too?
No.
So double packs of Transformers Reactivate on the table today.
Wow, there are a lot of Optimus Primes on the table today. Do you think he will reference Mega Mech Optimus Prime? No, there's no time to talk about Mega Mech Optimus Prime either. Oh.
Hopefully we can learn a little bit how they reactivate. Hopefully when will the game come out? It's hard to say, that thing has been delayed. Join along though as we transform once again a very fancy fun Optimus Prime.
Squirrel Stampede! Please like, share,
And Squirrel Live. Hey, by the way, has anyone found my missing head yet? Anyone? Oh.
So on the table, let's see what we have here. Transformers Reactivate. What is Transformers Reactivate? It is a 1 to 4 player online action game developed by Splash Damage, coming to PC and consoles. Releasing for play, unknown. They may have jumped the toys a little bit early. Sometime 2024? 2025? 2099? Anyone? Honestly, would I really be playing it anyway? I'm all about the toys. I like to collect primes, Generation 1 style primes, and with this first pack set with a Soundwave, I was sold right away.
Hey, what are you doing up here, Gus? I am the high ground!
So let's just see these two out of pack. It's really hard to see them with this dark background in this kind of triangular, angular package design from Hasbro. Soundwave, Optimus Prime, will you please transform yourselves out of pack? An Optimus Wave and Sound Prime out of pack. First thing I am noticing is Prime is the larger, of course he should be. So maybe you could say one figure in the pack is the dominant figure at about 7 inches tall and 6 inches in height. Prime seems to be hauling a bolder color scheme this time with a deepish red and deep blue, bold colors with a little bit of bright silver paint here and just gray
plastic.
Soundwave also in a deeper blue than I'm used to, but with some nice detail of his screen shown there, pinstriped in gold, and some red silver highlights throughout. He's a little bit hunched back though for my taste. A little way too much back there on Soundwave's back, so that's unfortunate. It's so rare you get a different good version of Soundwave. In fact, can I borrow your skateboard, Bob Ross? I would rather see Soundwave as his cassette player in-game on a skateboard. That would be so much more fun. Of course, right now he's in a robot on a skateboard, so I guess I got that backwards. Oh, Soundwave, are you alright? And so I'll tell you what, let's check out before we do any transformation. Let's kind of see how these dudes look. The other available pack I found at Hasbro Pulse. Not sure if these are hitting store shelves or not. Have you seen them? I have not yet, but I have not got out into stores very much lately. This is the Starscream Bumblebee pack. And I'm actually kind of already regretting picking this one up on accident. So if these two can transform themselves out of pack, that would be helpful. And a Scream of B, Bumblestar out of pack. So in this pack, Starscream is the larger at the 7-inch height, and Bumblebee is at the 6-inch height. I could not really tell that from packaging when first picking up. I thought they were going to be equals. And the reason I say I kind of wish I skipped on this pack was just because Starscream wants to fall down. No, just because these are way overpriced. They are running $60 for two, so that's $30 per Transformer. That's crazy. Something about Starscream though sold me on the set and I picked him up, although looking at him right now, what's the deal? You got like half the side in a different scheme of paint. That looks really odd, like he's damaged or something, or maybe in the shadows. I don't typically get a Starscream very often, and this one called out to me because he does have kind of those G1 colors of blue, gray, and red, and a pretty good wingspan. Just, he looked kind of neat as he falls over because his feet are really weak. While Starscream composes himself and tries to flip himself over, Bumblebee here, not too bad with Bumblebee. The color scheme again with this series, very bold, kind of a mustardy yellow compared to a typically brighter Bumblebee we usually see, but balanced fairly well. This one's balanced better than what we saw with Soundwave. Soundwave was just a little bit hunched back for oversure. Alright, so here's the available four you're getting right now, standing together. And honestly, the only one I'm really interested in is Prime. Oh, there goes Starscream again. That does not bode well for his price point. I'm mainly just interested in Prime. I love collecting Primes. So we're gonna figure out his 37 steps of 37 steps? Why does it have to always be so many? That's a lot of steps and stages for a semi-truck Autobot that typically has a pretty easy shape from going from robot to vehicle back to robot.
A new video game. Do you think he'll short reference me, Gamer Edition Optimus Prime? No, but I hear Chester Cheetah might make an appearance.
Before we do that real quick though, what do we got? Head rotation, that's pretty good. Kind of bobs up and down, a lot of character there. Shoulders that move and maybe even hinge out. Elbows, we've got wrist rotation. Remove that blaster. I think I see a matrix of leadership in there. Can I pop that out? Is there a way of popping that? They should swing open from either side somehow. Down from, okay, underneath. And out. So we have a matrix included. Always an extra Prime feature, right? I'm afraid to pop that out, but that is in there. And popping one out, like so, maybe? Looks very similar to the one we just did a while ago. Which one was that? I already forgot. So always a deluxe feature to have that available, and possibly that's why it's now 37 steps of transformation, huh? And anything else here? Waist rotation, of course, hips that can sit and kick out, knees that bend, and a pretty good footprint to stand on. So a very well designed, playful, articulated Prime to rotate about and attack with his awesome included battle Energon Axe. So everything you want in a Prime is here, except for maybe the 100 steps of transformation. I'm not looking forward to that part. Well, let's document some of the pain of transformation. First, we gotta remove this battle axe though. And I believe on back, you can store both axe and blaster. Are you ready for this Prime? I don't know if I am. Rotating around to back, we'll start there at step 1. Making sure to remove one squirrel. I'm already a little bit confused right here. This kind of just rolls out like so. Lots of unfolding right away. And so if you can get this kind of down like so, you've probably reached a better stage than I have. Like a difficult test, we'll just go back to the start, back to the front for stage 5, and we'll lift and reach out these arms. At 6, we're gonna flip down his grill, exposing a very, very flat squirrel that he hit. And that should have relieved the front casing projection. We can lift forward. And 8 underneath all of this is going to start unfolding outwards. Oh gosh, Prime. Oh gosh. 9, what's going on here? These kind of flip out. 10, we rotate back around. And I don't like these things because I don't know where they're going at. These side weird things. My best guessing is they want them rotated out. Ooh, that sounded really bad. 11, make sure all this is hinged down out of the way. And 12, this whole thing is gonna like do some sort of crazy like Cirque du Soleil bend contortion flip. This is way more crazy than I've ever seen Prime act before. This is ridiculous. And let's rotate around. I think I'm kind of in the right angle. It's like he's just completely opened up Pac-Man-like and is going to eat a power pellet. In fact, I might be able to jam Pac-Man right inside here. That is just bizarre. It's Pac-Man Prime Man. Pac-Man Prime Man. This is a rare glitch in the game. If you can get this going in Transformers Reactivate, you've won the game. And just to make things more difficult, they decided to throw these in. Let's flip these up. Looks like his cowcatcher grill, which I do kind of like. And they're gonna rotate. This makes no sense. Oh, they are gonna rotate around and combine together. Don't see that every day, do ya? And 16, this grill just fits right underneath. Yeah, like that. Totally like that. 17, we'll work on that front cab again. I think it starts to come on down like so. We're starting to see a little bit of a prime vehicle mode maybe. Rotate 180 to back. And I think we're gonna punch down his head down below. Nice working with you, Prime.
It's all good. I'm ready to roll in my head.
Alright, somewhere around 19, it kind of looks like this. We're going to go down to the ankles. We'll flip those down. We'll open up the back calves. We'll flip in and out and up all this information. Plug these back in. And just do a little bit of this. And eventually it kind of looks like something like this with his feet folded up in the center there. Now we've got that traditional prime back looking thing with wheels, and I think I'm locked in pretty good. And that got us up to step 25, and we're mostly on 4 wheels now, 6 wheels now. Almost there, right? Now these things have been the trickiest part, these side panels down here, and they're gonna start kind of closing in up the gaps down here by his side section. They've been not that much fun though. And so now we'll start doing some prep work on his arms. We'll probably start needing to hide those hands. And so something like this for step 31. And can we fold in the arms like that? There we go. That's seamless. Kind of like how that functioned. We'll rotate, wing them out. And begin to fold everything in somehow. He's almost there. He's getting there, right? Alright, I got the sides in. I got the front closed over those fists. And I think pretty close now. How does this roof lay down? Ah! Pinches all together. And then if you wish to store blaster on one side and battle axe on the other, your prime is finally ready to roll out. Well, not the easiest of primes to transform, but I think it will get better over time. Certainly looks pretty gnarly with that front grille to catch and hit squirrels with. That's pretty dangerous down there. Pretty well scraped up too in paint. He's about as G1 as you can make it with the flat front there, grille, beautiful red cabin. Not much to say about windows from the side, just up front. That's about right though. And over to the back, not too bad. Sometimes this area could look really gross. There's a little bit of footsie trouble back here, but not really bad. You got that classic prime venting grille there. And bright, shiny silver smokestacks on the back. So I'm impressed with this one. I think this is worth it. It's worth adding into my prime collection, that is. There's been a few other great primes this year from Beast Wars, Rise of the Beasts. So you can kind of pick and choose what you want to get in a prime. But I enjoyed this one quite a bit. And as for Soundwave, let's roll Soundwave in. I don't want to take too much time transforming Soundwave, because I really would rather work on Starscream today. But there is your Soundwave transformed. So in Transformers Reactivate, it turns out it's exactly what I wanted. Soundwave transforms into his classic cassette player on a skateboard, and then he just like flies around town on his skateboard and shoots. It's totally awesome. It's so smart. I'm so glad they went that direction versus a car direction. So let's take a look at that Starscream right here. Again, the detail is asymmetric with those wings, the darker black on this side. Articulation for head rotation, moving around, pretty good. Shoulders that reach out and hinge, elbows, wrists that just kind of folded, most likely for transformation. Rotational top body, yeah, you can rotate at the waist, and hips that kick out and bend, knees, and again these feet. I've had a little trouble with them, but maybe they're not so bad. It might just be specific to your Scream of Star. Oh, we have a couple arm blasters too to add to his arms. Ah, that feels even more Starscream now. And Starscream only at 25 stages of transformation, a much easier handle, I believe. So let's go with this one. I'd like to see how this one's going to go. Standing up straight and tight, step 1 will pull down his head and front fuselage. Already feels a little old school. Rotate that head around and place down underneath and hide. And then lift up. Probably even folding out this nose already. I'll jump ahead. Step 7, flip around towards back. We've got wings here. I think they want to fold up. And pulling out this whole wing assembly. It's probably on an arm. It sure is. So step 9, rotate these wings so that they're up. And fold down this assembly piece down. That way. I see a plane. And work with it till it's starting to flatten itself out a little bit. Then rotate back around to 12 up front. Hide those arms, hands under those forearms. Straighten up those arms as best as you can. They're gonna unhinge up at the shoulder. I think we're gonna start working on that, pulling it down. There we go, and rotate these back up. Yeah, getting very close. Step 17, we're gonna play footsie by folding up these feet. And then lifting those lower legs up and in. Losing an arm. It's going to take a lot of fiddling, but somehow we're going to sandwich all of this down together. And so after a few minutes here, I seem to have sandwiched his upper half to his lower half there. Points being right in here. There's a couple pegs that lock in at the afterburners, and the arms will lock in at the wings, and I think we're pretty well set now to add just the weaponry. And so 25 steps, not too bad to get Starscream going. Interesting, the approach with the paintwork here. Either he was damaged and repaneled up, or maybe it's supposed to show shading. Not exactly sure, but a fairly okay Starscream. I don't really see any landing gear to set him down with, but I believe that's just how he's gonna sit flat down onto the table, so it's like that. He turned out okay. I think Prime was the better out of the two larger scale of Transformers Reactivate. Prime was a lot more fun. Starscream a little bit clumsy at times, and I don't see myself really going back to him very often. As for Bumblebee and Soundwave here, both articulated very well. Plenty of spots to give a good kick, or a good chop, or a rotating combo something. They are the smaller of the combo pack guys, but still should perform pretty interesting. Looking at Soundwave first maybe. I should note, most importantly, Soundwave does not have a deployable deck. Nothing will eject out of this front screen. It is just for show, and that's quite unfortunate. Doesn't feel like Soundwave to me at all. Just has kind of the look up front at certain angles. As for vehicle form, only about 15 stages or so of transformation. So I'll just run through this really quick. I think you start by opening up, flipping over his head, lifting out this part here, and then pulling this back there, and then doing that. And then around like so. There we go. That wasn't too bad. For 15 stages, that transformed very easily. We've seen something very similar to this design before. I'm trying to recall when and where. Maybe Cyberverse. I'll have to go back. Link. A Soundwave we've seen like this before. But a truck-like armored vehicle. You've got his screen up front there. Nothing ejects from. This little thing flips up. I always thought it was some sort of minion, but not maybe. It's okay and fun as a secondary piece, but not as fun as had it been a cassette player. As for Bumblebee here, B has two double sting accessory pistols and those classic wings on back again with a little bit of hinginess to position. So I like how they've done B really well. 20 stages of articulation. I think we start here at the grill. We pull this down and then we start moving things around. A few stages here, a few stages there, and he's going to turn out to look like something like this. Very interesting armored up Beetle car. More towards Beetle than Camaro on this one. I like the cage over the window and the lights. And it has a bee sting feeling to it with these protrusions coming out the end below the pipes there. Nice engine back. More complicated so in transformation than Soundwave was, though for sure a little trickier really folding up this Bumblebee. So there you go with Transformers Reactivate. I would say the Prime Soundwave was worth it. Not so sure on Starscream Bumblebee. The prices on these were way too high. And did you just get an official reward for getting to the end of this video? Are you a superior squirrel watcher? We're still trying to figure out what that is all about in the winter of 2024. Put down in the comments, you're a superior squirrel watcher. I'm kind of watching you now, and if I get enough superior squirrel watchers from the same watcher of Squirrel, I might just send you a t-shirt. I'm not sure yet though, the rules are a little bit tricky and are still working on that, so fine print, read the fine print. But awesome if you're a superior squirrel watcher. Thank you for watching today's video. If you like, please give us a squike, squirrelive, squammet your favorite new Transformers Reactivate. Thanks so much for watching. That's what I have to say about that.
Sorry, Bob Ross. You ain't getting my skateboard. Roll out. Whoop.